Hi, I'm Tony Fleming, and this is Fleming's Ultimate Garage. Hey everybody, thanks for joining us on what I feel is one of the best looking 69 RS SS 396 4-speed Camaros ever built. Anyway, hugger orange paint, spectacular color to begin with. The fact that these cars could pull off these kind of colors back then is amazing. What's so cool about it is a modern day car could never pull off this color. You can't really paint. Even if you're looking at the new Camaros, they're not really the same colors as these cars here. These were high impact colors, psychedelic world going on in 69 and 70. It's just a different time. That's why people love these cars. So let's check out some of the quality of the paint to start with, all right? And come on up here. This is an original hugger orange coated car too, which is kind of cool. Like check that out, where you can read all of that in there. You can read what time it is, all right? Plus the stripes have been clear coated over so that you can wash and wax a car and not worry about the degradation of the stripes. The other thing too about these cars here is you can change these stripes to black or white, your choice. Easy, just let us know which color you like best. This happens to have the white stripes on it, okay? With the Cowl Hood, the Cowl induction emblems on it look great, but they are stick-on emblems, which is nice because we didn't drill holes in there. All right, we got the RS front end, which I just love on these cars. The Camaro RS front end is smoking hot. Got the front and rear spoilers, SS callouts, just beautiful. All right, let's keep walking around the car and check some stuff out. You got 396 callouts here on the fenders. You got the correct Magnum wheels. We call them Super Sport wheels because the big block cars got this wheel. The small block cars got the Rally wheels, wrapped in BF Goodrich radial TAs. Very nice. The only thing really incorrect on the car is it's this Rally Sport here. It was such a great emblem, I left it on the car. It's not drilled in, it looks really cool, and if you want to get the correct Camaro or SS there, we'll just swap those out. I just thought it looked really nice, especially with the RS front end. And again, these Cowl induction emblems here are stick-on as well. We did not drill holes through the hood, so you can change that out if you want to make it like super authentic. In this case here though, it's a nice little touch that I think that looks really, really great. Got the side gills, it's got the dress up, okay? It's got the front and rear spoilers, all right? It's got the blacked out tail panel like it's supposed to have for the big block. It's got the backup lights down here that you would get with the Rally Sport package instead of inside the tail lights here on a regular Super Sport only. So the SS RS package gave you the SS big blocks, the blacked out tail panel. The RS package this down here as well. All new stainless chrome and bumpers. And then what I wanted to show you was under here, how nicely detailed everything is underneath. Even the big X in the rear end like the factory would have done. Gas tanks new Flowmaster exhaust, new shocks. Just nice. This is the kind of car you want to buy because you know what? This is the car that's turnkey. All right, enough chit chat about the outside. Let's check out the motivation inside here. How you doing? Okay, so some of the things you should be looking for. We just had the car painted and then we had it wet sanded, so there might be a couple little drips inside from the wet sanding juice. We'll re-clean the car, but the good news is that it's that fresh in there. As far as the detail stuff goes, like come on up here for a second, I'll show you. Things like the tower clamps, the correct valve covers. The tower clamps, you say, well, what's the big deal with tower clamps? Well, you know what, you're right. But it is 10 times the price of a regular band clamp, okay? Got a nice big radiator in here. You got the tower clamps all in here. Detailed nicely with the correct valve covers. 396, 375 callouts. Your steering box, lines, brake hoses, battery topper there. The horns work, the turn signals work. The headlight doors operate. I mean, everything's really all new wiring. Vacuum. A lot of money was spent on this car to get it to this level, and it definitely shows as you walk around it. One thing we forget to ask about, does it have power steering? That's a really nice feature to have. This does have power steering and it does have power disc brakes. So the motivation to go down the road is all wrapped up in this big block, but you definitely want to be able to stop it, and this car does all that too. And the other thing about buying a car here is keep in mind this too, like, you know, we change the oil, we go through the fluids and make sure that everything is working, like turn signals, brake lights, horns, all that stuff. You say, well, what's the big deal about that, Tone? Well, let me just tell you, that's at least a couple days worth of stuff. 9 times out of 10, the stuff never works when I get it. And you're saying, well, I could probably do this on my own for less money. Whatever, let me just tell you, dude, this takes a full technician to go through all this. If you buy a car out on your own, you're going through the same things that I go through. The people are gonna tell you all this works and then all that works, and the car gets here and it doesn't really work. And so you got to get somebody to go through and do all the wiring or rebuild the engine or do all that stuff. And we've already done all of that stuff to make sure that this car is really turnkey ready to go. It's got gas in it, have a temporary tag on it. The car, the offered price includes free enclosed shipping, door to door, right here in the U.S. So you know, I don't know how else to top that other than to say, listen, you know what we've done now? Not only do we do all that, we include a 1-year free warranty on our cars. We're the only classic car dealership in the entire country to offer free and closed door-to-door shipping in the 48 states. 1-year warranty. We go through the car front to back. You get a stack of receipts, and it's turnkey. It's ready to go for somebody to jump in and go for a ride for you. You don't have to take it to the shop, take it the oil change, or get the fluids checked, or any of that stuff. It's ready to go. All right, cool. So let's check out some more of the detail as we keep going. Okay, a piece of lint. This is such a nice car. Do you want lint in here today? Okay, come on in here and check this out. All right, so what's the big deal? It's got a spare tire in it. Let me tell you something, 99.97% of the cars never come with a spare tire. They just don't, man. So you gotta buy a wheel, you gotta buy a tire, that's 300 bucks. Then you gotta find a jack for another 150 bucks. Then you gotta paint all that stuff. So just this little setup right here can be $600 or $700 by the time you're done. I'm telling you, man, buy a car already done. I'm telling you. New weather stripping in here, correct decals with the jacking instructions, positive traction warning right there. The mats all looks nice, and I will personally take out the lint that was in here. Sorry. Okay? It's just a nice car, man. I get excited about stuff that's really nice and turnkey because I know the effort it takes to get in it. But I will say this, I understand the effort it takes for you to be able to afford this. And for a guy who's working hard, gal working hard, whatever, and save some money up and can finally buy something like this, you won't be disappointed. Your money's well spent on a car like this. This car is freshly restored too. It only has a couple hundred miles on it. And the one thing that we are including in this is a 4-hour check over after you put 500 miles on it. So if you live here locally, we'll take care of it here, but if you're not, we're gonna send you a check to take care of that stuff, because this is gonna need to be driven for about 500 miles and then everything rechecked, all the bolts, things like that. Everything in the car is new. Like the padding in the seats is brand new. The seat covers, the carpet, the ball joints, the steering knuckles, the wheel bearings, the lug nuts, the shifter ball, the gauges. I mean, all that stuff here. We're just putting in and installing the factory original radio right here. And what we can do for you also, we do for a lot of people, is we put in an AM/FM CD sound system that can go right in here with iPod and whatever, with a little remote. It's not very much money. It keeps the dash all looking stock, and it's really a very nice touch. So we got the original AM radio in here. We got factory tack and gauges and console gauges as well. You say, well, what's the big deal about a console and gauges? The console and gauges alone cost $1,500 to $1,800. You're like, whatever, man. How can a console and gauges cost $1,500 or $1,800? Price it out. Okay, a console is a few $100, and then you got to get all the pieces. The gauges are another $500 or $600 for that setup right there. Then you got to get the gas gauge out of here, which goes to here. Then you got to buy a tack because you don't really want an empty space there. So buy the tack, that's another $300. Then you got to get some guy to wire all of this up, put all the sending units in, and all that stuff. The speedometer here is brand new. I'm telling you, man, buy a car like this when it's already done. You'll spend, you know, $75,000 restoring a car. You'll go, I don't know what I was thinking. I thought I could do it better than anyone else in the world. I don't even attempt to do it anymore. That's why I get them like this. I finish them so that you can benefit from it and you can get a car that you can enjoy and drive today. The green lights are working properly inside the dash. It looks so cool with the lights on it here. You got the super sport steering wheel. It's just nice, man. I mean, everything in here, from the pedal dress up, the way the shifter goes into the right spot. And that's just really, really nice. You know, I've rambled on about all that stuff. You say, wow, that's such a spectacular car. But the truth of the matter is, Tone, I am sick of you talking. I am sick and tired of you talking. Could I please hear the car? That's all I'm asking. Can I please hear the car? And you're absolutely right. All I can do is say, I'm sorry. How about I fire it up for you so you can hear what it sounds like? We talked about a lot of stuff today. So we talked about Hugger orange paint and the car being an original Hugger orange car. We talked about it being a big block, 4-speed, 12-bolt, positive traction, bone stock looking, except for a couple decals that you could change if you wanted to. I think they look great. And all you need to do is decide whether you want white stripes or black stripes with the interior. I think they look great either way. You can't go wrong. At the end of the day, it's still a big block 4-speed 69 Camaro with the RS package too. So you got an SSRS 396 69 Camaro 4-speed. It's too much for me to talk about anymore. Get this in your garage. Call us 301-816-1000 and we'll tell you all about it.